Welcome to the archive. My name is Jason, the archivist adrift, and every week, Alan, the comic book collector geek, does a top 10 comic book challenge where the theme changes up every week. And this week's theme was your top 10 biggest books of 2025. And by that, I took it to mean that he was asking about the top 10 books that you spent the most money on. And so I thought I'd take up that challenge and show my top 10. So number 10 here is Planet Comics number 10. This is a rivet cover for Planet Comics, which only did, I think, for the first, I don't know, like 12 or 15 books or something like that. And it's one of my favorite books in my entire collection. Definitely in my top 5, maybe my top 3. This book usually goes for thousands of dollars, but it's missing a centerfold, and because of that, I only paid about $250 for it. $273 with taxes and shipping, and I got this off of eBay. So yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 is Starling Comics number 18. This is the first appearance of Pyroman, who is a major superhero under the Nidor line of comics. And I got this from a friend of the channel, Maurice Devereaux. And he sent it from Canada, but there were some issues getting it to me. Had a bunch of ordeals trying to get through customs and whatnot. And but it finally got to me, and I paid $275 for this. And I think this was a really good deal for this book. Usually goes for a lot more. It needs a lot of work, but I can serve comics, so I think I can deal with that. Next book, I think this is 8. This is Amazing Man Comics number 2. I'm sorry, Amazing Man Comics number 11. It's a 2.0, restored. And this is a Centaur book. Centaur books are highly desired, and I don't know, I kind of lucked out on this one. The restoration, there's got a lot of issues with it. It was amateur restoration. There was a small amount of color touch, just a little bit right here on the corner. That's all I could see, at least. It's got tear seals. It's got a married back cover, and it's got 2 center reps that are trimmed. But I think I can take care of most of those issues and bring this back into a conserved grade, probably higher than a 2.0 even. So I got this for $265.71 or $286.73 with shipping and tax from my comic shop. And I think I got a really good deal because these Centaur books are really hard to get and they're very expensive usually. So next I have Planet Comics number 57. And this is got kind of a history to it. I had worked on a copy of this issue that I tried to conserve, and I wasn't that happy with the conservation. And it was I think the first time I had leaf cast a book. It was okay, I guess. I ended up putting it into a giveaway, and James over at Collecting Chaos now owns it. Captain Larry over at Flying L Comics, he also has a copy of this book that he conserved, and his is in much better condition than mine. And so I couldn't let him show me up. So I found this on Heritage, and this is a really nice grade. It's a 5.5. Beautiful, beautiful book. It looks really nice. I think it looks better than a 5.5, honestly. And I paid $276, but because Heritage has all kinds of fees and whatnot, it came to $313.07. I think it's a killer steal for this book in this grade. But that's just my opinion. Next up, Pep Comics, number 15. Man, I love this book. It's, again, probably in my top 5 books. This is from MLJ, which is the same company that eventually put out Archie. Before that, they were doing superheroes, and they were doing some really, really cool superheroes at that. I got this for $307, $328.03 with sales tax and shipping. And I think I got a bargain because, again, these books, especially this kind of condition and color and whatnot, usually go for quite a bit more. Usually like $500-$600, I think. So I got this again off of eBay, and yeah, it's gonna need some work. I want to do some conservation to it. Next up is Rex Dexter of Mars #1. I actually already had a copy of that, but this was a bound copy that was trimmed along all edges, and the you can see where it was bound all along the spine here. So I wanted another copy, but this copy has the centerfold missing, and I figured I'd marry the centerfold from this into this, so I'd have one full copy that wasn't, kind of all trimmed up and would give me a restored grade. I paid $320 for this, or $348.87 with shipping. This is from Fox Feature Syndicate, and it's very early. It's, I think, from 1940 or 41, and these are kind of hard to find. There's not many of them out there, so I think I got a pretty good deal for this book, especially since I'm going to make it whole. Next up is Black Cat Comics #1. This is a pretty famous series. It started off as kind of like a superhero comic, and then eventually became a Western, and then became a horror comic. Might have been like a romance comic at one point. I can't remember, but went through a lot of different phases. And this is the book that started it all. I got this at a comic book convention, and I paid $350 for it. It's got some wormholes in it, I think, but other than that, I think it's in really good condition, and I think I got a pretty good deal for this. Maybe. I think I did. Next is Planet Comics #6. This is another Rivet title, and it's the earliest Planet comic book that I have. It's in very bad condition. It's extremely brittle. It's actually falling apart here, and it's going to take a lot of conservation to put this back together again and make it readable. But I think I think it's got potential. And normally this book goes for, again, thousands of dollars because of how low in the series numbering it is. But I paid $339 for this. It came to $370.77 with shipping and taxes. I got this from eBay. I might have overspent for this, but these books don't come up very often, and like I said, they're usually very expensive. So #2 on my list, second from the top here, is Marvel Comics #53. I never thought I'd be able to afford or obtain one of these early Marvel comics or Golden Age Marvels with artwork by Alex Schomburg, but kind of everything came together, and I was able to pick up this book. It's 3.0 restored. It says it's got small amount of color touch on cover, pieces added to cover, tear seals to cover, spine split sealed, and cover reinforced. It presents really, really well. If I chose to, I'm sure I could crack it out and remove all the color touch and whatnot. But honestly, I think the color touch I have, I know where it's at. It's a very small amount, and I think I'm just going to leave it in its restored condition. I paid $455 or $512.88 when you tack on shipping and taxes. That's a lot of money, but these Marvel comics, even in restored condition, usually go for thousands of dollars. It's definitely one of my most expensive buys, but still, it's one of my favorite comics in my whole entire collection. Definitely top 5 for sure. And no contest, the biggest item that I got this year, 2025, is this original artwork from Red Sonja #1 by the great Frank Thorne. This is from page 11, one of one. Again, issue number one in her first standalone book. And yeah, man, I still can't get over that I own this. This is just amazing. And I paid a lot of money for it. I paid $4,000 for it. So I wanted to own some original artwork, but I wanted it to be like a special piece. And I thought there was, outside of getting a cover piece, getting a interior issue or interior page from, an issue number one. I don't think it gets much more special than that, especially with artwork by someone as seminal and as important as Frank Thorne. Yeah, so that's my top books from 2025. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will have videos coming up this week, including my conservation of that Jaime Cortez book that I did for Mike over at Chonko's Comics. And so yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, thanks a lot. Bye now.